everyone, welcome back to Cottoverdi. My name's Annette. If you're new to my channel, then welcome and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are one of my regular viewers, then thank you so much for sticking with me whilst I recovered from my virus. I've kind of got my voice back now and I'm feeling a bit better. I'm feeling quite tired, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done today, but I thought what I'd do was give you a tour of the grass border and show you how it's doing. Now, if you haven't been following along, this is a border that we planted up much earlier on this year. It was pretty much bare ground and we added a lot of perennials and some shrubs to it. And I just wanted to show you how everything's doing and how the grass is doing. And what I also need to do here is a bit of tidying up. As you can probably imagine, having been unwell for a few weeks, the garden needs a little bit of care and attention. So I'm going to be cutting some things back today, and I thought I'd bring you along and show you what I'm doing and how I'm doing that and why I'm doing it, and just talk you through all the plants and how they're doing. So how I thought I'd do this today is I will tidy this border up, and as I'm doing it I'll talk about the plants and the different combinations that I've got going. If I mention a plant, then I'll put the name up on the screen. This is something I like to do because I really appreciate it when other people put the names up on the screen. So I do go to a little bit of extra effort, if you're new to my channel, to put the name up on the screen. Actually, it would be really helpful to let me know whether that's something that you appreciate or need, because it does take extra time when I'm editing the videos, and if it's annoying or you don't want to see it, and you know most people don't want to see it, then let me know and I won't bother doing it. But if it is helpful, then please let me know in the comments below, because then I will definitely carry on doing it for you. This is the southern end of the border and it's the view that I don't often show, mostly because it's got most of my house in it, but you know there's sort of rubbish piled up in the corner here that we need to deal with, so it's not that attractive unless I zoom in, but I thought I'd just go through what I've got planted along here. Now a couple of weeks ago, before I was sick, we planted some sedums along the bottom and they seem to be doing quite well, but you'll see that there are a few plants that are toppling over. So this is Potomac Royal, which is the most incredible fuchsia colour. I love it, but these are sort of they've drooped a little bit. I don't actually mind that, but I know that some people prefer their borders to be a lot tidier. Mine just never is like that. Now the other thing that's toppling over just here is a status called Sunset Mix, and I do really love it. And last year it didn't do that. It was very upright, and I have a feeling the reason it's toppling over is because it's not getting enough water. It's been quite dry recently. Now this statice is a statice that I grew from seed, and next to it we've got a Rudbeckia called Irish Eyes, and I also grew those from seed. And the reason why I feel like there isn't enough water here is because this Rudbeckia Irish Eyes is exactly the same as a Rudbeckia Irish Eyes that is over here in this bed, and I'll show you that. I'll do a close-up of that one, and it's much taller, and that is getting an awful lot more water than anything in this bed. The other reason why I feel like there's not enough water here is because I've got a cosmos over here called Antiquity that is pretty much dead, barely growing, and I've got Rudbeckia Sahara here that are also looking a bit pathetic. There's a few more here. So I think everything down this end needs a little bit more water, so we need to check the watering system. So one of the things that I'm going to do just as I go along today is just deadhead any of the dahlias that are going over. So a dahlia is going over when the petals start falling off, or you know when the centre is just completely pollinated. This dahlia has only just started flowering. It's called Dicara Jodi, and as it gets older it does have this sort of lovely peach coloration to it, which is quite pretty. I also have some Equinox here which is also going over. Now a lot of people like to leave their seed heads, but as you can see there are more flowers that are blooming here, so what I tend to do is cut off the very bedraggled flower stalks so that the new ones can shine through. So I'm just going to deadhead this quite low to the bottom and take them off. Now as the season goes on I will leave the flower heads, but at the moment I'd just rather tidy them up, and I really want the blue colour and not this sort of mottled brown colour that they end up being. So I just think that that's not the most attractive, and I'd rather take those off and let the really nice ones shine through. So this is another Irish eyes, and I think that the blue and the yellow looks really cute together, and that was that's my plan, was to have blue and yellow here. Right at the back here is another dahlia that I need to deadhead, and this one is called Firepot, and it's a lovely bright dahlia. So this is Firepot, and it's sort of a really orangey colour, which is really nice. And then next to it, I've planted another seriously bright dahlia. This one is called Kilburn Glow. And again, I need to just deadhead this dahlia here. So Kilburn Glow is a lot redder than Firepot. And in all honesty, I think I prefer Kilburn Glow, not just because it's taller, but it's just a richer colour. Then right at the front here, this is a penstemon that I planted years and years ago, and I'm not sure that the pink is particularly brilliant with my colour scheme here, but what I am going to do is deadhead it, and then I may decide to move it come the autumn. So when we're deadheading penstemons, just take off the spent flower heads down to where, you know, a leaf joins another leaf, a leaf node. And if we keep deadheading throughout the season, then we just get more and more flowers. And this is actually the second time that I've deadheaded this penstemon this season. So this is going to be its third flush of flowers. So I think this is another testament to the fact that actually there isn't enough water down here. I mean, this penstemon survives every year with or without water, but you can see the ends of the flower stems are drooping a little bit. So this whole mess here is Nautia macedonica, and it is normally glorious in this bed. This has been in here for a few years and it's normally gorgeous, but it really suffered from powdery mildew this year and it just looks a really tangled mess at the moment. So I am very inclined to get in there and grab it all and cut it all back, and that is what I'm going to do. So don't be horrified when I make a great big gap in the middle of the border there, because that's what's going to happen as I cut it back. Nautia macedonica is a perennial, so it will come back every single year. Okay, so I have cut back some really big clumps. There are some dandelions and things in there, but I'll get Richard to deal with those at the weekend. But this is sort of the powdery mildew one, and then we can see some self-seeded ones that are actually looking a lot healthier. So what I may do is, come the autumn, if these don't rebound, is I'll take out the ones that look a little bit worse for wear, and just leave in the self-seeded ones, although that is a little bit too close to the tree peony. The other thing that I'm going to do today is deadhead the calendula that has been flowering beautifully, and I'll pop a picture up on the screen of how gorgeous it looked when it was in flower. But this one has flopped over here and it all just needs deadheading, and then hopefully I'll get another flush of flowers. So I'm just going to take off the spent stems that don't have any new buds on them. Because there are still a few that are in flower and I want to leave those on. I can see some new buds starting at the bottom, so as I said, I definitely want to try and save anything that's about to flower. And by deadheading, we're just sending a message to the plant to keep flowering, because it stops it forming seeds, hopefully. Right, so I've cut this one back really hard because it's pretty dead and it was falling over. This one I've tried to deadhead so that I left quite a lot of the blooms that were still blooming in place. And then right behind there's a lovely eryngium. So we've got like the yellow and the blue, and it's offset with this gorgeous cornel bronze dahlia as well, which I really love. I love this sort of the contrasting colours in the grass border here. I've also got some more dahlias here that need deadheading. This one is Urna Panzer, so it's only just started flowering, so all the flowers are quite low down. But let me show you a close-up. So Urna Panzer is this lovely sort of peachy colour with a deep fuchsia cerise coloured centre. It's quite flat, it's just a decorative dahlia, but you can see that it's only just started flowering. What I do have here though is a cosmos that is not doing particularly well. I think this cosmos is antiquity, so I'm going to do a really good deadhead on it. So it is important to deadhead the cosmos because that's the only way it's going to know to keep on flowering, and it should just get taller, but I may have planted it where it's getting too much shade. So I'm going to do quite a hard deadhead on it. It's not supposed to be this short, I don't know why it is. So it's got loads of buds, hopefully it's going to rebound. Now this phlox here is called Phlox paniculata white. It's just an ordinary simple white, and I only moved them here this year, so that's why it's a little bit short, but it will get a lot taller in seasons to come. So there are a couple more dahlias here that are looking particularly cute. This is Nicotiana crimson bedder. This dahlia, the lovely orange one with this gorgeous deep purple centre, this is called Rosemary's Blush. I think it's stunning, but it is a little bit small, but look how beautifully that goes with the Nicotiana. I'm also deadheading this dahlia at the back here. This one is called Liquid Desire. I've got Liquid Desire in quite a few places in the garden. And then there's another gorgeous dahlia here. Let me take you closer to this one because I really love the shape of this dahlia. So this dahlia here, so this is Rosemary's Blush in the background and Liquid Desire is over here. This one is called Mr. Franz, and this is new to me this year. Look how spectacular that looks with Potomac Royal. It's such a soft, beautiful colour. I really love it. It is the softest, most gorgeous apricot. This dahlia here that's just coming out now, this one is called Nicholas. It's a lovely open orangey coloured dahlia. I do need to take out the sweet peas, they're over, so I will do that at the weekend with Richard. So what I want to do now is walk around this side of the bed here and let's take a look at the grasses, because there are a lot more grasses on this side of the bed than on the southern side. There's a lot of building work going on next door. I really hope you can hear me over the rumble of their diggers and things like that. But you know, we carry on. So round this side, it's looking so colourful. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Right at the front, this dahlia down here is called Copper Boy, and it's a really beautiful, deep orange with an even darker centre. I think that's gorgeous. And then contrasting with it, I've got two different dahlias here. So this first one here is called Wine-Eyed Jill. It's got this lovely purple centre to it. You can see the seed heads. I thought that I'd planted Dara here, wild carrot, but this looks a lot more like Amy to me. Because it didn't go red at all. I have a feeling that I sowed Amy. Anyway, back to the dahlias. So this is Wine-Eyed Jill. I'm just going to deadhead this one here. And then right behind it, this is a beautiful, beautiful dahlia. It's falling over, so this needs staking, and we'll come out and do that at the weekend. But oh my goodness, this dahlia is gorgeous. Let me give you a close-up. It's called La Corbière. It's such a pretty dahlia. It's a really, really soft, rosy apricot. And then behind that again, we've got some more Wine-Eyed Jill, this sort of yellow one with the purple centre. And then down at the front, I've got a whole swathe of Stipa tenuissima here that either my cats or the birds tried to dig up and kill, but they haven't managed to, and it's all still alive. Even the ones that I thought wouldn't come back, like this one, has got green on it. This is another Rudbeckia Irish Eyes. You can see that that's one I really love. This one's fallen over a little bit. Again, a lot of my stuff needs staking, but I haven't been out here in a while because I've not been well enough. So this is a Salix flamingo, which is this sort of variegated salix with lovely pink tips to it in the spring. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is Cornell Bronze, which I'm deadheading here. And this is another Cornell Bronze over here that I'm going to deadhead. So Stipa tenuissima is a very popular grass, and with good reason, because it's got the softest, fluffiest little seed heads. It's so pretty, and then these lovely bright green stems. I think it's gorgeous, and it just moves so easily in the breeze because it's such a light grass. So I've got quite a few of them sort of dotted in like a swathe around here, which is what I really wanted. And then I wanted to interplant it with dahlias. So again, we've got the Cornell Bronze, there's another wine-eyed Jill here. And I do like to repeat my dahlias so that there's some sort of, you know, continuation of a theme. I really like that. I like it to feel cohesive, and I find multiple plantings like that work really well. Not everything is a success. So at the front here, I've got a Clarkia, and it is really not doing well at all. So it's kind of looking a bit sad. I'm not sure why. We do have some ant problems around here. I've got some snaps that are doing really well though. This is Madam Butterfly Cherry Bronze, still looking really good. And then this view here, again, we've got more Cornell Bronze. So all of these are Cornell Bronze, and they're just looking so pretty. And when this was really in its peak, in its prime, and incredibly pink, it was just beautiful having the orange and the pink offset there. But they are going over a little bit now and starting to look a little bit brown, but I actually don't mind that. That's part of the grass border, and I still think texturally they look really, really cute. So this is called Sanguisorba Lilac Squirrel, and it's just got the softest, fluffiest heads. It's so cute. It's kind of going like this dusky pink now. I think it's really cute. Now the other thing that I want to do today is I want to deadhead the Astrantia that I've got here. It's this big brown mess and I don't like it. I'm not going to deadhead the lilac squirrel. I think it looks really nice, and as I said, I really like the textural element. But the Astrantia is looking really sad and is bothering me because I don't find that particularly attractive at this time of year. I think in the autumn it's nice to have it, but at the moment I want more vibrancy and more colour. So right at the front here I've got this lovely blue grass. I think it's called Festuca or something like that. So with the Astrantia I'm just going to cut it back. Now I could take all the leaves too, especially as some of them are looking a little bit mottled, but I don't want to. I want to have that greenery. I need the foliage as weed cover more than anything else. So I'm just literally going to cut the stems, and then I'll do a full tidy up come the autumn. There is a lot to tidy up here, so I also need to cut back the Rose Campion, the Lychnis. It's got a few flowers on it still, but I think it's looking weak and in desperate need of cutting back. I think it would do it good if I give it a trim. Definitely think that that looks a lot tidier. Got a gorgeous Annabelle hydrangea here and Senecio, and there's a lovely Cotinus that's going to hopefully form a really big centerpiece in the middle of this border. So this is particularly one of the grassier areas where I've got the most grasses. So right at the front I've kind of got like a row that goes all the way down to there, I think, of festuca. Now only some of them survived, so you can see this one's looking a bit weak, this one's looking a bit better, so I will have to replace some of those. But these are most of the grasses here intermingled with other plants. So at the back here, this is called Melica altissima purple. It has the most gorgeous purple seed heads, and I'm so happy because I've got loads of seed heads this year and I wasn't sure I'd get any. This grass in the front, the lower one, is called Miscanthus sinensis. And I don't have any seed heads on that one this year, and there should be 3 actually. So I've got one here, there must be one in there somewhere, I should think, because I should definitely have 3 of those. And then this is kind of a grouping of 3 of the Melica. Let me show you the seed heads close up. So actually what this is showing us is how well this goes with the cotinus behind it. So this is a really pretty seed head that's still purple, but some of them are already changing colour and have got, you know, the autumn hues of a dried seed head. I think they're super pretty. Oh, I've just noticed I have got seed heads on the Miscanthus, so I didn't even really realise I had seed heads on the Miscanthus. So here are the seed heads, and I had no idea. That's so cool. So there's also a lovely swathe of verbena above the sanguisorba. It's kind of dotted around all over. So I've got verbena dotted around everywhere because I just sort of scattered some seedlings as we were doing the planting. The other thing that needs deadheading, but I think I'm quite exhausted, so I'm going to leave it for Richard, but we've got some giant scabious here that we need to deadhead. You can see the seed heads at the top here. So we'll just take those out at the weekend. There's another one over here that needs deadheading. So what I really like is that I've got some achillea or yarrow here that has self-seeded over previous years, and it's just sort of popping up in really pretty spots. So it's popping up here against the smoke bush. You can see one of the heads of the Melica there. And I just think it adds something. There's sort of Nautia macedonica popping up all over the place too, and I think that's really nice. Well, that's it for today. I've run out of energy, so I'm going to cut it short there, but I really hope you've enjoyed seeing an update of the grass border. I will definitely be doing more garden tours. I'll be doing proper dahlia tours in the very near future, but just give me a chance to get over this virus. I really hope you've enjoyed this video today. If you have, please do give it a like. If you'd like to see more garden tours and see more of my garden, then subscribe to my channel. I really would love to have you along. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.